Hey, what's up guys, it's BK. It's another video of the RSX. In the last 2 days or so, we haven't worked on the bumper. We haven't worked on the hatch yet. We haven't worked on the wing yet. The nice thing about these 3 pieces, or 4 pieces with the lip, is those things are pretty much just sanding it down with 400 grit paper. Taking off the tail lights is pretty easy. That's gonna be last minute. So as you can tell, we're working here at the garage. A buddy has a shop. We're gonna rent out his painting booth. Pretty much it gives us like full air system and allows us to really complete the car right. There's no way that you could paint in this garage. You technically can, but in an old garage, dust on the roof, on the wood, all that is gonna land on the car, and when it lands on the car, it's just gonna be a big mess. It's gonna mess up your paint, it's gonna mess up the clear coat, it's gonna be a bunch of work. So we're gonna be taking it to a shop. What we are gonna be doing here is the hatch, the inner door jambs, and inside the hood. So we haven't started none of that, as like I said, but pretty much we are getting prepared to do that. So we sanded down the whole thing. We did find some defects here, and here. Nothing too drastic. That one's pretty easy. So that one's just a dent. We fixed it, slapped a little bit of Bondo, cleared it up. Following up with that, we are gonna take off this glass, the same as the other side. As you can see here up close, hopefully it's focusing. But when they painted it, they also painted the actual window. So it's pretty ugly. Just gonna show you here. See how it looks. It is pretty ugly. It is pretty beat up. We gotta clean all that up. So what we're gonna be doing is, first thing is, by taking off the glass, we can really clean up all of this on the window trim. The second benefit out of this is, once you take off this glass, just like the other side, you're gonna be able to really get into all these places. So I currently have tape. There is no glass here, my hand can go through. So by doing this, you're able to really clean this up. I still haven't had a chance to take off all the silicone, but the intention is to clean up all the silicones. And so we were looking at how to take off the hatch. There's many videos on YouTube if you want to see how to do that. Like, look at this, this is all oversprayed. So all of this will be painted. And if we want to paint it right, including all the trunk jams and all of this in here, we're gonna have to take off the hatch. And to take off the hatch, it's pretty simple. So underneath the ceiling, there's 2 nuts on this side, 2 nuts on that side. So we're gonna be getting to that. And then we got a bunch of cables. And to take off the cables, ideally in a perfect world, kind of like a Jeep, you have this cable here. It'd be nice if there was just like a quick release disconnection of the cables here, but it's not that simple. So I did look it up. So what you gotta do is take off the interior panel. So that's what I did. It's pretty easy. So you gotta take off the seat belt, and then you gotta take off the rear passenger belt, and then you gotta take this out the window. So if you guys recall, we did a video how to install interior LED light. Check that video out if you guys want LED lights in your car. And it's kind of nice because to take off that glass, by taking off that panel, it helps out a lot. It's here working on the roof. So I'll see if I have some video coverage of before. Pretty much what we did is we pulled back this rub strip as far as we can forward. By doing that, we're able to really clean it off. So we're gonna see if we can find a new rub strip, just so we don't use this one. There's nothing wrong with this rub strip, but it's always nice to have new parts, right? So maybe we can use it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe for more Type R content, RSX content. Sadly, by the time you watch this video, S2K has been sold. I'm really happy with Lewis having it. Lewis has already installed a bunch of parts on it. Here, wanted to do another update video of the RSX. So my dad's been putting in work. Fire guys, I'm really excited with all the progress that's going on with it. I would say the last 2 weeks I really haven't touched it. I haven't put another work in. It's been mostly my dad. I'm not trying to get credit for any of this. This has been all my dad. I bought this car with intentions of just dailying it, driving it, but my dad's my dad, and when he gets bored, has nothing to do, he ends up doing stuff. So let me show you guys what we've been up to. If you guys haven't watched the previous videos, check them out. I haven't been doing a step-by-step procedure of what we've been doing and stuff. There's so many videos on YouTube that you can find if you're really trying to figure out how to do something that we've done. The intention of this is more for a documentary for you guys to see our process. Because by the time the next video comes out, this car will probably be painted in some sections. So before we get into the car, I have been buying some stuff for the car. First thing off the bat is I bought some window visors. So with this being a budget build, and I mean budget is because I wasn't really trying to invest any more money than buying the car. I thought the car was great as is, but we're doing stuff that I'm like, you know what, a few bucks here, a few bucks there, was gonna kill me $100, you know what I mean? So I actually got these on eBay. Pretty straightforward. As you guys know, we got some window visors. These are the typical, has some clips and double-sided tape. So these are pretty straightforward. We're not going to install these on the car yet. We'll be installing these at the very end once the car is painted, polished, ceramic coated. Then we're going to be installing these. It always feels like Christmas when car parts are here. Doesn't matter what it is, it's always exciting. So with that said, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Really appreciate it, guys. I'm hella stoked. Let's move on to the next part. The next part is the valve cover. I'm debating if I should install this valve cover on the car, but for now I'm probably going to be putting it on the wall. This is another part that if I do plan to install this will be installed at the very end. I don't want this to get oversprayed, dirty, blah blah blah. So let's actually move forward with the car. But looking at the driver's side, nothing new has really changed, right? We've had the window off, we've had this primer on the car. We really haven't messed with this side. Of course, we're not going to go the extra mile, take out the engine and respray it, but because we are going to be painting this car, we thought, you know, some of these components we can paint easily. The shock tower is going to be painted. We made sure to cover it so none of the overspray could get really deep down there, and even then it's not a big deal if it does. You're not going to be able to see it, but we made sure to mask it very clean and deep. Currently it's still pretty dirty, but we're still going to sand it down, so we're going to give it a better job, especially like all these areas here where we're still going to degrease it, we're still going to clean it up. But for now we kind of started masking it all, getting it ready to paint. Like we said on our last video, we're going to be painting the inside of these fenders, so that's why we're like, you know what, if we're going to do this, might as well do this. Using a spray gun to paint, it will cover all this area, so you know, imagine you have a gun here, very easy access to get in there, so won't be a problem. Just like the shock towers and the inner fender, we're going to be painting this section here. So it may not seem like we did a lot of process, it looks like we just kind of masked it. Well, let's move forward to this side. So fender work, you guys watched the first video, you guys already know we already fixed the fender, we perfected it, as it's primered. You just pretty much need to sand it down and it's ready for paint. But before we do any of the exterior at all, we're going to be painting all the door jambs, hood, engine bay, and the trunk. So if I zoom out here, you guys can see here, we're pretty much getting all of this ready for paint. So just like the shock towers, we're going to be painting all of this. It's going to look real nice. And really appreciate it, guys. If you guys leave a thumbs up, it means a lot to me. It lets me know that you guys are interested in watching these videos. So whenever you guys leave a thumbs up, you guys start subscribing, you guys purchase merchandise on the website, it means a lot to me, dude. It means a lot to me. It just lets me know, like, hey, keep going, keep pushing. So, and it lets me do more things like this. You know, this is coming out of my pocket. You know, YouTube is not paying me to do any of this. I'm doing this just because this is literally my passion. I love Hondas and I've always wanted RSX, and I'm like, you know what, go big, go home. I'm not planning to make this car super fast or turbo or nothing like that, but with the car being slow, I'm like, you know what, it could be slow and pretty. The last thing I want to talk about for today's video is not my sticker, but as you guys know, we did change the name to Lasagna MFG. We have taken off the wiper. We have taken off the big old wing, the full-on JDM rice wing. And the reason why you take off the wing is if you really want to paint the wing really good and you want to get into all these areas here, you gotta take off the wing. Like, that's all you can do. You want to paint the wing separate so you can paint everything underneath and stuff like that. So that's the whole point, that you gotta take off the wing. At the inside, just like the door jambs, we're gonna be painting all of this. To do all this, it's gonna be pretty good. And to do all this, it's not really a problem. But when it comes to the actual trunk, to paint all of this area here, to paint all the area inside of here, we're gonna have to remove the trunk. So like what we said last time, we removed this panel here. By removing this panel, we're able to get access to these cables that comes from the mortar and the trunk opening. And pretty much we're gonna take those wires out. By doing that, to do that, what you gotta do is take off this panel, and you gotta quick release disconnect of the full hatch cables. That's the update for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Got a little bit more in depth with the painting process. Like I said, guys, really appreciate thumbs up. Really appreciate you guys subscribing. Lets me know, hey, must be doing something right. People are interested in the world to watch. My bar, I still got parts I still haven't had a chance to install. My freaking Mugen lip kit, it's been sitting on the side of my garage. I just haven't had time to do it, you know. Look at this dog. What are you doing, Bookie? Where are you coming from? Oh, you smell the dog, huh? Alright guys, well, I'll catch you guys next time. My dog caught me with another dog, so he's over here sniffing me, so make sure to subscribe for more Type R content, RSX content, and yeah guys, so peace bros.